In the Spiralians, we will be discussing about the class Cephalopoda of the mollusks. The Cephalopoda, these are most highly organized of the mollusks, and these are having the greatest complexity of any of the Spiralians. So as we have seen a trend that as we go from one organism to another and we discuss the different groups, the phylums, there is a degree of complexity. So as we reach to this topic, the cephalopods are the most complex, not only inside the mollusca, but also within the Spiralians, the whole bigger group. And these are the organisms which are having well-defined head with the foot modified into tentacles. And these are called cephalopods. Wherever the word cephalo comes, that means the head, and pod means the foot. So head-footed. If you see this organism, you will see that there is head and there are a lot of foot, or maybe a single foot originating from here. So that's why these are called cephalopods. So these cephalopods are having high metabolic and mobility rates. They are very, very, they are consuming energy at higher rates. They have very high mobility rates. See a squid moving or an octopus moving, how rapidly it moves. So those both organisms are related to the cephalopods. They develop the nervous system and sharp eyesight and an advanced brain. So these are sort of very, very advanced organisms in terms of the cognition. They can, have some thought process in a way that they can solve very simple problems. An octopus can, unscrew a jar and take out the food from it. So these are very advanced organisms in that way. And they had the adaptations for carnivorous predatory life mode. So higher metabolic rate and mobility, these are the things which are related to the organism which have the predatory behavior. The herbivores are the organisms that they do not move very rapidly because the plants are sessile. But a carnivore will move rapidly because it has to outrun its prey. So these cephalopods are well adapted in that way that they are chasing their prey, and that's why they are having very mobile and motile life forms. So when we discuss about the cephalopods, we have a tripartite division, right? So there are the three subclasses which include Nautilia, which with straight or coiled external shell with the simple sutures. So when did they develop? They developed from the late Cambrian, and they are present till this day. And here you can see a characteristic diagram which is showing the features of the shell and internal morphology of a living Nautilus. So on the left side, you can see the different septum. Septums are the fine, minute areas of the tissue that are separating from the rest of the shell. And then there is the stomach, intestines, gills, mantle cavity, esophagus, and at the end you can see the tentacles as well. And on the right side, you can see the gross morphology. What does it look like from the outer side? You can see the hood, eyes, tentacles, and hypo means the downside, right? So it is the structure which is present on the downside of that organism. So these are the features of the organism, and this is a characteristic organism which is related to the Nautilia. And in the cephalopods, the second group is the Ammonidia. These are the coiled and commonly ribbed external shells with the complex sutures. Sutures are the places where the different parts of the shell are joined together. That makes the sutures. And these were present early Devonian to the latest Cretaceous, and they were also present during the possibly earliest Paleogene. So here you can see the external morphology of ammonites, and ammonites are making the rich fossil record of the ammonites. So here you can see on the left side of the diagram, you can see the outside umbilical diameter, dorsal impressed area, the upper parts, and the internal mold which is coming inside the dorsal part. So there is the height of whorl and whorl width, how much it is, having the width. And there are some growth lines which tell that how much older this organism is. if you see the peristome and the test, there, or the body chamber, there is some parts where they seem to have attached with each other, and this part is called suture, right? So these shells are having the complex suturing patterns, and that are you can able to see over here as well. And the third part is the collidia. Collidia is with straight or coiled internal skeletons, and these were found from the Carboniferous to the recent areas. And among these, the belemnites are the extinct one, and the squid and cuttlefish are the organisms that you can even see today. The octopods or the octopus, these are the organism which have lost their skeleton, and these octo means 8 and pods mean the foot. So their foot are sort of have become the tentacles. So octopus, and if we see in Urdu, it is called hasht pa. Hasht means 8, pa means the foot. So it is containing the 8 feet. So here you can see one of the characteristic organism, which is collide, and you can see the reconstruction of a living belemnite. So here you can see the visceral hump mental cavity, and among the head, after the head, you can see the ventral interior, on which you can see a lot of tentacles coming out, the foot coming out. And on the dorsal posterior, it is sort of a taper end. So what does it do? How does it move? It takes out the jets of water in it, and it propels the water out of it. So that's what make it move. And down diagram, you can see the soft part of morphology of belemnites. And here you can see the beak, radula, internal remnant of the shell, digestive diverticulum, cecum, and gonads. Gonads are the organs for the reproduction. Heart, kidney, anus, mental cavity, funnel, brain, mouth, and the tentacles. So you see that these are the organisms which are very complex in terms as related to the earlier organism that we have studied at this point.